Hi, I'm Peter Fisk, and I'd like to talk about how can you change the world. So what I did over the last 2 years was to ask 1,000 CEOs who are the companies who are shaking up every different market. And from that, I developed a list of 100 companies and I went to talk to them. These companies I call game changers, and the Game Changer book is about these 100 companies, learning what do they do to win in the world today. And you know all the individual tools, everything from design thinking to social media, business models to sustainability. What is interesting is how they bring them together, how they apply them to their markets and how they practically turn those things into something which is a great experience for their customers and profitable growth for their organization. So we looked across 10 sectors at 100 companies and really to think about, well, what is it which they do? And the biggest insight of all is that they shape the markets to their advantage. So whilst you might think of innovation as about how do you change your products or how do you develop a new service, they think about how do they shape their markets to their advantage? How do they innovate the market space? How do they innovate the way customers think and the way customers behave? How do they reframe the space they're in so that they've got different competitors, maybe change the perceived value of what they offer? So it's about innovating markets, not just innovating business. Innovating business comes in response to innovating the market. And really in the world today, we're working in a world which changes so fast that the future is malleable. You can change it. You can shape it to your advantage. So it's about saying, what future do you want to have? And then it's about working to say, how do I design that market space, that future, which I can be successful in? And then using all the tools of business to really say, well, how can I make that happen? How can I create a compelling, inspiring brand? How can I deliver experience which customers really want to have? How do I create a new type of business model which perhaps gives me new revenue streams like never before? How do I engage my partners to work in an ecosystem to do things which perhaps I don't even have the capability to do myself, but I have the imagination to think? And then how do I actually work across this digitally connected world? How do I embrace physical and digital technologies to do things which I could never do beforehand? So that's the kind of the path of the game changer. And if you look in every sector, you can see game changers who are really shaking things up. It might be Alibaba in manufacturing. It might be M-Pesa in financial services. It might be Tesla in automotive. It might be Airbnb in travel. But what can you learn from those businesses? Well, you can read the book. That's a good start. You can look at the website where we've taken those 100 companies. You can look at live updated case studies. You can get involved yourself by uploading your own presentations and videos onto this site. Or you can come to an event or a masterclass where you can actually sit down and really think about your future. Think about how can you make it happen and think about how you can change the world.